As we've been seeing what it been happening, I haven't even made a video for any of that. There's two brother, one of them that lost his life from a Asian family that they follow him because they thought he was stealing something in the store. They follow him outside and they unalive him. You know, Chinese people, they always see black people as we're nothing, just the same as white people or the Latino. All of them community, they always see black people and nothing because we are the devil, they are the good people. You know, that's the way they see it. We are bad, they're good. I haven't spoke about any of that. And the Camilo case, what has happened, he been found guilty. He's in prison for 35 years. I really haven't touched any of that. Black people, I wasn't even surprised when it comes to Camilo case because I already knew that is going to happen. Because if you're a black person in America, trust me, racism is deep in America. I can say even in European country, racism is deep. The black people, they don't come second, but black people always comes third or last, or should I say. It's always like that. Do you know why? Because the first, they become last. The last, they became first now. Black people was first. Now they become they're the one that became beggars and followers. So I'm gonna make some black people uncomfortable, but like I said, I'm not here to entertaining anyone. I really don't care about anyone's feeling. Feeling is what gets you in trouble or problem. Feeling is just not cool. We need to pull our feeling aside. We need to consider our children because the same trauma I'm having is gonna be to my children. The same problem that I'm facing today, my children, they're going to face it tomorrow. So it's best to deal with that right now, to speak about all of this so we can understand, so we can become free. We will think we're free because there's no more chain around us. Like I said, the invisible chain. We're not free. When you are not free here, trust me, you are free. I'm going to go on this mindful thinking because this is something that we're trying to go down on and speak about all of this black trauma because I believe we all have the trauma. The symptom is there, but we just don't see it.
And in hating our features and our skin and our blood, why we had to end up hating ourselves. And we hated ourselves. Our color became to us a chain. We felt that it was holding us back. Our color became to us like a prison, which we felt was keeping us confined, not letting us go this way or that way. And we felt that all of these restrictions were based solely upon our color, and the psychological reaction to that would have to be that as long as we felt imprisoned or chained or trapped by black skin, black features, and black blood, that skin and those features and that blood that was holding us back automatically had to become hateful to us.
Have you ever reacted to something and later wondering, why did I respond that way? Why did that comment made you angry? Why did that situation made you anxious? Why did that memory sadly came back after years? The truth is that trauma leaves fingerprints. Majority of us, we don't even see or we don't even realize. Even when the event is over, even when years have passed, even when we think we have moved on. Today we are talking about hidden triggers, the memories that awaken old wounds, the moment that remind us that healing is a journey, not a destination. One of the biggest myths about trauma is that time automatically heals it. Time helps, but time alone is not enough. Many black people carry experience from childhood into adulthood. Some carry experience from decades ago. The event might be over, but the emotion impact remains. Trauma does not operate according to schedule. It stays until it's processed. A trigger is anything that reminds the brains of a past trauma experience. It could be a sound, a smell, a place, a person, a conversation, a news stories, even a face expressions to other people might seem insignificant, but to the person carrying trauma, it feels very different. The brain reacts as if the threat is happening again and again. The body prepares for danger, heart racing, sweating, anxiety, anger, fear, and sometimes the person doesn't even understand why. Many Black people affected by traumas live in a constant state of violence, always watching, always preparing, always expecting the worst. The nerve system never full relax. Even in a safe environment, this isn't a weakness. It's the brain trying to protect itself. The problem is that living on the high alert is exhausting. It drains energy. It damages relationship, and over time, it affects mental and physical health. Trauma doesn't only affect individual. It affects how people connect with others. Some people struggle to trust, others fear abandonment, some becomes emotionally distant, others becomes overly protective. The painful reality is that trauma often hurts the very relationship that could help Black people to heal. Partners become frustrated, families become confused, friends misunderstanding what is happening, and the person suffering feels even more isolated. For many Black people, trauma is not always connected to one event. Sometimes it is connected to repeated experience of discrimination, racism, or the violence, economic hardship, family losses, community struggles. These experiences can create layers of stress that build over time. The result is that certain situation triggers emotion connected to years of accumulated pain that is often invisible to outsider. Remember, the invisible chain that we can't see, or the inner struggle within us. Healing begins when we recognize our triggers instead of asking, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with me? We start asking, what is happening to me? What is happening to you? This is the question that we need to start asking. Don't ask yourself, what is wrong with me or what is wrong with you? Start asking this kind of question. What is happening to you? What is happening to me? What am I reacting to? What wound is being taught right now? Those questions create awareness. Awareness create understanding. Understanding create the opportunity to heal. Triggers are powerful. Majority of us, we don't see. But that don't have to control your life. The first step is recognize them. The second step is understanding them. The third step is learning healthy ways to respond to your trauma, to your problem. Healing, it does not mean forgetting. Healing, it means reclaiming control. It means refusing to let old wounds dictate your future. The wound might not be your future, but healing is your responsibility. Not because it's easy, not because it's fair, but because your future depends on it. The hidden trigger of trauma are real. The emotion scar are real. The struggle is real, but so is the possible of healing. And that possible begins the moment we stop running from our pain and start understanding it. Because the wound that you understand is the wound that you can begin to heal. Why trauma is often hidden in Black community. The culture of be strong, Mental health, stigma. Why many black people suffer alone? Why many black people suffer alone? How silence can become another form of pain. Silence protects secret, but it's rare, heals wounded. We have the pain within us that we trying to brush aside. Majority of us, we don't want to recognize the trauma that we have. The inner struggle, the invisible change, bad energy, silence, protect secret. And we need to know that the moment we keep telling our children, be strong, you're stronger than that. We're misreading what is within us by saying, be strong. We're trying to brush away the psychological damage that is in us, because generation and generation, that trauma, it follows us all. And our children, they're paying for it. Our grandchildren, they will pay for that, because we tend to try to brush the most difficult thing that we can work. African, we have the biggest trauma. Black African, all of us African, we have the biggest trauma, because remember, we were prison, always still prison in our own country. Is worse than the blacks that are outside. In Africa, black people, we are prison in Africa. Psychological, mentally, that trauma is in us, black African. We don't even realize that. The entire black African, we are not free. Black that they tend to try to be free of that trauma, they end up getting slaughtered. Now we have the biggest threat. Look at this. Ibrahim Traore is trying to break that trauma from his people. We have trauma of religious, trauma of tribe, trauma of colonization, trauma of slave, trauma of discrimination, trauma of identity. We have in Africa, trauma of language. Just imagine all of that. And there's more. Religious. There's more. We become damaged in that circle. And that was my take anyway. And that's the mess for today. This is the inner struggle, the invisible chain, the trauma within us, black people. Black people, the trauma that is in us, we need to work on it. I hope you can like this video, subscribe. Like I said, I thank everybody that subscribe in my channel. I hope we can push this video even more. I speak from my own experience. Everything that I speak about, I'm not saying is facts, but you trying to examine your community as a black person, examine your community, what happened to the black people, what is going on to white community and black community, the treatment of black people and the treatment of white community. See all of that, trying to analyze, examine, and see what problem we have in our community. How can we deal with this problem? And that's why you can see I'm speaking like this. We have so much smart people in the world, but we're struggling to fix ourselves. Africa is the biggest problem because we don't like to recognize the problem that we have in Africa. We're running around, walking around like nothing is wrong with us, but there is a lot that is wrong with us. Like I said, language, tribe, colonization, slavery, religious. We have so many problems in Africa that we need to deal. But subscribe, like, share. I'll catch you guys to the next one.